Trizzy the rapper, he come with the clappers.
What is good, guys? And now we are on our advanced video of our anti-MARDUK tech. And in this video, we have some very special stuff that we're going to be talking about. Very special indeed, that people need to keep in mind. The important stuff, you know what I'm saying? The stuff that nobody has ever thought about before. Only stuff that I know. Only stuff that I know. Exclusive information. We're going to start off by saying that MARDUK, as a character, writes his tackle starts off as a high. His tackle actually starts off as a high. You see how that says it's a high? And even when I backdash, or if I keep backdashing, it still says it's a high. That's the fast version of his tackle, and that's the easier one to break. That's the easier version to break. And if you go all the way out, he does his just frame version, which is a lot harder to break. I haven't broken it once. The important part about this is that if MARDUK, whoopsie daisies, if MARDUK does his tackle right, if he does his tackle, the high version of his tackle is obviously faster than the mid version. It's 24 frames. As you can see right there, it's 24 frames. The just frame version is a mid, and it's actually 30 frames. Let's see. Yeah, it's 30 frames instead. So what we can tell by this is that if you down jab, you actually have a lot of time to down jab. You actually have a lot of time to down jab. Like, do you see how much time I have? Like, he would have been tackled me, but it's because he can only hit you with the mid version. So in order to stop his tackles, you can actually react to it with a down jab. But he's not doing the regular version. This is the regular version right here. So if he does that, you can literally just down jab, react to it with a down jab. You have 4 frames to down jab him. You have 4 frames. If you hop kick him though, you have only 9 frames to hop kick him. Only 9 frames. If he does his 1-2 jabs into Valtudo, down jabs also beat this. Down jabs actually also beat this, which is pretty funny, right? How down jabs can really go a long way against his character. As well as if he does his 1-2 forward 1, down jabs also beat this as well. So if he ever does 1-2 jabs, it beats every single option than him doing nothing. It literally beats every single option but him doing nothing. So remember this too. Down jabs beat his tackle. Down jabs beat his 1-2 jabs. So someone's brought to my attention that their character doesn't have a down jab. Specifically Yoshimitsu, and I think also Noctis Lucis Kylum also doesn't have a down jab. With a character like Yoshimitsu, you want to stay solid, you know what I'm saying? You also have a generic down 4. And that beats all of his options as well. Not just a down jab, a generic down 4 also beats that. As well as if he does tackle, a down jab also beats this too. I mean, not a down jab, a generic down 4. A generic down 4 is very good against this as well, because you have a lot of time to react to this. Still, MARDUK has another way to beat that by doing 1-2-3. And if he does this option, just know that this move is launched. Just know that this move right here is launched. It's literally not in his favor at all. As well as if he does 1-2-3, 1+2, y'all can take a good guess that this move right here is also launch. This move right here is also launch. So it's not in his favor. If you predict it. If you predict that, it's not in his favor. Oh my god! I did not just see that. I didn't just see that, bro. Oh my god, bro. Zach, are you still in the chat, bro? Zach, where are you at, bro? Zach, look at this tomfoolery, bro. Look at this tomfoolery, bro. Wait, does this hop kick do the same thing? No, it doesn't. Look at that tomfoolery, bro. Down jab works against, or generic down 4. Generic down 4 also works against both of these mix-ups. If he ever, well, actually no. What? Oh, I thought he went under that. How do you use generic down 4 with Paul? There it goes. Yeah, generic down 4 also beats this. So, you know, there's that. It's a punish for both options. That leads on to our next thing that we're going to talk about is his wall standing 1, which this move right here is notorious for counter hit launching people and mixing people up all day. You know what I'm saying? He has all of these mix-ups, all of these, and they're all dangerous, every single one of them. But would you believe me if I told you there's an option select for all of these, every single one? So, of course, you need to duck and launch this move. But if you gave that up, if you gave up the chance to duck and launch this, just know that a down jab also beats all these options. Down jab and a generic down 4. Whoops, that's not a generic down 4. Generic down 4 and a down jab beats all these options. That wasn't a generic down jab. And if he does wall standing 1-2 instantly, you will get counter hit if you try to do a generic down 4 or a down jab. But what you need to realize is that if he does this, there's also an option select for this. You can duck the high and then down jab. Or you can duck the high and then do a generic down 4. And this still beats all of these options, every single one. This still beats all of his options. All of them. Literally all of them. The last thing that we're going to talk about his character is that he loses his turn after trying any form or fashion of launcher, which we talked about last stream. So we need to, my bad. So we need to combine all these things. So let me record real quick. Down back 2, that's a really good move. Back 2, that's a really good move. Up forward 3, that's a very common move. What else? What else do we have? Back 4, that's also a very good move. Down forward 1. Actually, no, let's do down 1 plus 2. Every single option after these, you can take your turn again. Literally, you can take your turn again. All these moves, you can take your turn again. For Paul, I don't know what he would do on block. Quarter circle forward 3, I guess. That's a move that he could do. Whoops. The only exception to this rule is up forward 3. Up forward 3 can be stepped. This move can be stepped. Don't be alarmed. This move can be stepped. And that's what you're supposed to do against this character. If he ever does a move that doesn't lose his turn on block, that means he's either doing 1-2 jabs, 1-2 jabs, forward 2, or he's doing an extremely linear move. Either one of those 3 options. What we summarize right now is that this character, if you break all his grabs, if you down jab his tackle, if you started down jabbing his tackle, what can this character possibly do to get damage on you? If you're blocking his random launchers too, his counter hit launchers as well, you're blocking his counter hit launchers, like what can this character possibly do to you? He can't do anything. So then he has to switch up his game plan. He has to switch up his game plan to doing 50-50s, which are not in his favor at all. 50-50s are not in MARDUK's favor. What he's good at is using tackles and grabs, as well as using random launchers, random out of nowhere launchers. And once you got into MARDUK to get into this mentality that he needs to mix you up, this is when you can still use defense to beat him out, because all of his 50-50 options are very risky. Or you can start counter hitting him. This starts opening up the neutral for you. MARDUK can't challenge you at all because he already knows that if he does a move and you block it, that ends his turn or that gets him punished. There's nothing he can do about that. So you have to make the MARDUK player realize that grabs and random counter hit launchers are just not going to work against you. They're just not going to work against you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just reacting to it. That's all I'm doing. I'm just reacting to these moves. That's all I'm doing. But then that makes them really easy to play against, basically. I felt like that was a lot of information though, so I think that's about all I wanted to say. Anyways, guys, if y'all like this video, these past 3 videos that I've done this week, make sure y'all like and subscribe, and I will come back with more next week. Don't know what topic though. Make sure y'all vote on my polls on Twitter. Make sure y'all vote on my polls on Twitter, and yeah, for my next topic or whatever. But yeah, all right, guys.
Glad you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to share and leave a comment. And if you like to see more of Trizzy's content, make sure to stay tuned and hit the subscribe button.